So today I wanted to talk about my Mora knives, I got three different sort of Mora knives. This is my Mora Companion. It's a little bit dirty, but it's a fantastic knife. Um, then I've got the Mora Basic. I believe I don't have the Mora Classic, but this is the Basic. This was actually carbon steel, so that's why when you look at it, it's got all that tarnish, whatever you want to call it. A little bit darker. It's not as clean or pristine as my Mora Companion. And I got this Bahco, which I've read online that this is actually basically a Mora. And when I hold it and touch it and feel it and cut things with it, it behaves just like a Mora. So I'm not sure what to say about it. So first things first, my Mora knife. It's awesome. I mean, besides my Leatherman, if I have my Leatherman multi-tool and this one, I'm good to go. I feel confident about wherever I'm going. I have no issues, no concerns with this thing. From what I've seen, the tang goes only about here. It's not a full tang, but I've had no problems with it. I've been able to baton wood, shave wood. I've been able to do pretty much anything and everything I want as long as I keep it relatively clean. This companion, by the way, this one I got for maybe around $16, $17, something like that. This is the basic. I put some duct tape around it just so it's easy to find. I didn't really like the black color. The plastic itself is fine, the sheath. It's just this, it's very hard to see because this handle is also dark. If you put it all together and I drop it, I can't see anything. I might lose it very easily. So that's why I put this duct tape. No real reason behind it. Okay, so this one, the feel is different. So those of you who are thinking, I think this one's maybe $11. So let's just say this is about $5 cheaper than this one. So let me just tell you what the difference is and what you're getting for your money. First of all, this is a rubber grip, and it's a bigger grip than this one. This one, it feels a little slippery. Not that it's gonna slip, but it feels slippery. It's thinner. The handle slightly thinner. It's got this little thing right here. I don't know if I'm a big fan of it. It just feels a little weird. The blade itself is a little smaller. You can tell. It's shorter and thinner this way, and also thinner this way. So you can see, just slightly thinner. This knife is a little bit thicker. So that's what you get for the extra $5. You get a better handle, a thicker blade, a longer blade. So I would say I personally think this is totally worth it. Myself, I'm a big fan of stainless steel. I just don't want to have to deal with the hassle of maintaining it and taking good care of it. So, but I keep this one in my car just in case, and I just grab it if we're going backpacking. If I'm going on a longer camping trip, then I'll take my Mora knife, and I love this thing. And let me just do one last thing about this thing, the Bahco knife. First of all, let me tell you the differences, because people are saying this is the same thing as the Companion, and it's not actually. It just right off the bat, the case is different, the sheath. This one's slightly thinner. Okay, this one's slightly thinner. Look at the tip. Not that that makes a difference, unless you're gonna put something in there, and then you're gonna put some, I don't know, cotton balls in there or something. I'm not sure what anyone would put in there, but it really doesn't make any difference the size of the sheath. Maybe they're saving on plastic. That's the only thing I can think of. So now if you compare the two, it feels the same. I mean, this one's a little grippier. I'd say the grip, the feel, the size of the grip is exactly the same. The length is about the same. I think the shape is a little bit different. You can tell. Yeah, the shape is, this one's a little bit pointier. It's a little bit less material, a little less metal. I think this might be actually slightly less thick, the blade. The length is about the same. Maybe this one's slightly longer, but so far, if you look at it, there's hardly any difference between these two. There's just a slight difference. This one's thinner this way, slightly shorter. The handle feels the same. In fact, this one feels like a little grippier. So where is the difference? This one, I'd say I got it for $16, I think I said. This one, when I bought it, was maybe $11 or $10, something like that. So there's like a $6 gap between these two. In fact, these prices are almost the same. So the question is, what's the difference between these two? There is a difference. So here's what you're getting for the money. It's thinner. Look at the width of that back. It's a thinner knife. Not that I've had any trouble with the Bahco. I have not had any trouble. I've actually batoned wood with it. I've been chopping wood with it, little pieces here and there. No trouble at all. But this is what you're getting. And not only that, if you look at this, I would say if I had to roughly eyeball it, the Bahco is the thinnest out of the three. So let me reorder it. The Mora Companion is the thickest, then you got the Mora Basic, and then you got the Bahco. So that's what you're getting for a $6 difference. I mean, from the surface, it looks exactly the same, but this one is actually the thinnest blade in terms of thickness than out of all three of these. So I like it a lot. I actually, when I bought it, such a good deal. I bought three of them. So I have it in three different places. I think one in my grill. When I'm grilling, I got a knife in there. I think this one is for maybe when I'm backpacking. I'm actually not sure. I think I got a couple just in storage, thinking about giving to my sons eventually when they get a little bit more competent with knives. The other thing I did is I ground the back. I took a grinder and I just ground all three of them. That way I can actually light some sparks with it. So that way, in case something happens with my scraper, which I always use, I never use this unless I absolutely need to. And the other thing it's good for is if it's flat, if it's 90-degree sharp, 90-degree angle, you can actually scrape fat wood. And that actually is really good. It's got a good strong hold. It's really a lot of push on it, a lot of leverage on it. So absolutely zero bad things to say about the Mora. It is a fantastic knife. And so far, besides the fact that it's actually changed colors, I know you can actually get this in stainless steel. I just got it in carbon steel, but nothing bad to say about this one, except for the handle. It's a little bit slippery, but that's what you pay for, right? If you don't want a non-slippery one, get this one. If you want just a utility knife that you need around the house or go out camping and something cheap and easy, almost disposable knife, there you go. Great blade. And finally, the Bahco. If you get a good deal out of it, just know what you're getting with the Bahco. It is going to be a thinnest in terms of thickness of the knife. It is slightly shorter than the Mora Companion, and it's a little thinner this way as well. So otherwise, great knife. You can't go wrong with any of these knives. Go have at it.